Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the XP Zone. This is episode 6, second episode in the year 2025. I'm here with my man, Kori, aka KD. Kori, how are you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing so good. It is so awesome to be here.
Kori's been a prime supporter of streaming, the podcast. A few episodes ago, I mentioned how there's been people who I was giving like a shout out to. I didn't name and drop anybody. I gave a shout out to people who've been giving me good advice, helping me out. This is one of them. This dude is a technological genius with all this stuff. And you were pretty good, like pretty straight to the point with all your advice, but I needed it. I was like, you were like, you gotta do better with this. And I was like, you're right, dude. I do need to do better. And that he is one of the reasons what motivated me to make changes to have the podcast looking like this compared to how it was. So thank you so much for your help.
Dude, of course. It is so cool just seeing everything come together. And I was just telling Ethan, I was like, it is so cool seeing all the grind and just everything that, like, because you started consistently like
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And looking at yourself 2 years ago to looking at all of your content now and all the stuff you've gone through is just awesome. It is so cool.
Had a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but hope to continue having some good highs.
So,
keep going with that. But these people do not know Kori Dunlap like I know Kori Dunlap. So just a quick little brief synopsis. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Kori, but a lot of people call me KD, as he said. KD kind of originated from, I first started, we go to church together.
Yeah.
I started as an intern with our creative department. And David Lyles, who's our like creative director, he was like, there's so many Koris because our worship pastor is Kori Epps.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, we're just going to call you KD because Kori Dunlap, right? So they call me Kori Dunlap or KD. And I really just do a lot of like social media, marketing, photo, video, all of that. I love it. That's just like my passion. Ever since high school, I focused solely on trying to create, doing things. It was so much fun. I started at like doing football games. I was like, oh my gosh, how can I be involved? Because I cannot go out on the field. How can I do it? So I was like, I'm gonna start making hype videos. I loved it so much. I made hype videos, and like my favorite thing, and I'm sure it's kind of like the same thing for you. It's like it's kind of like a drug. What you do is like, and obviously don't do drugs. Terrible, terrible
That's
example.
just the example.
Terrible example, but like you know what I'm saying though. Like it's like a high because you see a piece of your content come out, and when it succeeds, you're like, holy crap. And like one of the first hype videos I did, which is not crazy, but it was like seeing the school support from it, which our school is like kind of small. Is about 150 in a graduating class, which
Highland Rebels.
Highland Rebels, come on. I saw like 1,000 views in like one of my videos in like a week, and I was like, 1,000 views.
That's
this is awesome. I just felt great. I know it's not crazy, but I was like, I love it.
That's a big deal. 4 digits.
Yeah. Creating content for that was so much fun. So I got a real big passion for it and just cameras and all that. And it got me to a point where out of high school, I had a question of like, what am I going to do? Because I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be I knew I was going to go to college because I was like, that's it. That's the standard, like living. It's like everyone needs to go to college after high school. That's what our minds tell us to do.
Yeah.
So when I went to college, I was like, man, I don't want to just sit here doing a normal 9 to 5. So I was like, I want to like do like social media stuff. So I went for a degree that had to do with that. And when I did it, I was like in the middle of, because I also am huge on following the Lord, pursuing the Lord, being obedient with the Lord. When I came to college, I was very involved with my fraternity, like super involved with it. I was rush chair. And what happened through there is one night there was someone, actually now my fiance, actually. It's crazy. It's crazy. My fiance. She and me had been going to this college ministry 747 for like 6 months. And keep in mind, I was super... Like, I did not know the Lord at all. Like, throughout college, like, my first year, I was going to parties all the time. I was super involved in that. And it was just a big part of my testimony. But one day, my fiance and me, we had been consistently going to 747 as, like, lukewarm Christians. And that night, I gave my life to Christ. Wow. Which is crazy. Because after that, I was like, man, I'm super passionate about social media and media. I didn't realize that there's churches that actually hire for that. I was like, this is crazy. And Central, as you know, is a lot bigger than most churches.
Yeah, so typically, they need to use it.
The church I was a part of was like 40 to 50. That's a good Sunday. That's a great Sunday back in Hardy. So going to Central was like this big, like, 180 of like, holy crap, we went from 50 to there's 1,000 each service. All these things are happening, graphics, video. So I came up to our college pastor and I was like, man, I just really love this. Is there any way I can get connected to do video or photo or anything like that? And he was like, yeah, there is. There's a whole program. And within like 3 to 4 months, I had really gotten involved with our college ministry, serving on Wednesday nights, got plugged into Central on Sundays, learning that you actually, being a church member isn't just going on Wednesday nights, it's being obedient, being with the congregation on Sunday mornings. So what happened was on Sunday, on Sunday, I would start serving, and I met David Lyles and Brad Crawley, which are like the creative and media director, and I talked to them, and they were like, "Hey, you should really look at like serving on our photography team." And I had asked. It's not like they were looking for me. Like I asked, I was like, "Hey, can I take pictures?"
Can I do it?
And it got to a point where David Lyles, who's also a great mentor, like he's awesome. He's so talented in what he does. He reached out to me. I know it's a lot of words, by the way, bro. He came up to me and was like, "Man, like there's an internship opportunity. I'd love if you'd want to like look at it." I reached out and they let me have it. It was so
He
cool.
wanted you for that.
No,
internship.
he didn't. I don't know about that, but he definitely gave me the opportunity. So through there, I was able to consistently come on to where Jonathan, about a year later, was like, "Hey, we actually have extra hours here." This is where I started like experiencing my calling. I didn't know what a calling was. I didn't know. I just wanted a job doing media, but then I realized there's a calling aspect
There's more
to it.
to it.
There's more to it because again, I went from lukewarm, never reading my Bible, never truly having a relationship with the Lord, to now like, oh my gosh, I am reading my Bible every day. I'm being consistently having the Lord like convict me of things, like have me pursue Him in different ways, and now doing like social media and video stuff.
Let's go.
So it was crazy, and it got to the point where last January I got offered a full-time job there, and that's what I do. I do all that, and I do freelance. I do some of St. Bernard stuff. I do a lot of freelance stuff, and then I love gaming. Gaming is just part of it. Always
all
been,
the cool stuff.
Yes, gaming is so much fun. So it's always been a big part in my life. So
and now you're at Paragould,
dude,
working at. Man, you working with Kobe Boyd.
Dude, that's right, bro. It's crazy.
Dumpling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Kobe was my best man at my wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Me and Kobe are good buddies, and we text each other every day. Every day we'll send our quiet times to each other.
That's awesome.
We've done that for about 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
And so we used to, when I lived in town, before I started teaching away, we'd get together once a month.
Yeah.
And just go eat lunch, catch up. And it's literally been almost 2 years since we've done that, since I've been teaching. So
yeah,
if I ever get back to town, we'll try to pick that back up, because it was something I really enjoyed. Which also, he lives in Paragould now, so it is still going to be a little different, because this is when he was living. This is like the apartment complex he lived in.
Okay.
Before he moved to Paragould, and it was him. Riley Adams used to live in this apartment complex, so like a lot of them got us connected here.
Really?
But it was just kind of, he lived in town, I lived in town, and we'd meet up, get lunch and stuff.
Crazy.
But now we adulting.
That's crazy.
It's a
weird world.
It is.
Yeah.
But you mentioned you're engaged.
Yes.
Your wedding is coming up.
I know.
How many more months we got?
We got, I think, 5.5 months.
Oh,
dude, it's
unreal. Is it
unreal.
a summer wedding?
Yeah. It's June 21st. It's official. It's unreal.
You excited?
Dude, I am pumped. And not just pumped because it's a wedding day, but pumped because I'm marrying my best friend. It's really cool. It's awesome. So
tell the audience her name.
Brianna.
Brianna.
Yeah.
And so this is just super cool, and it's kind of like, I remember when you first showed up, because we have a very common interest of somebody we know, and we've made this connection before, Mr. Tate Isaac.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy.
Good friends with you in high school. Stays good friends with you now.
Yeah,
you were in his wedding, and I kind of like mentored him when he came to school. He was a freshman, I was a junior.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Come on, dude. Like, let me show you the ropes." And I still have a good relationship with him now, and he's married. He's doing great.
That dude,
so it's cool.
That dude changed my life. He really did.
He's a rock star.
He's awesome, and he's like, I think he got was it what did he get King of? Like, was it Homecoming King?
Yeah, he did his senior year.
He got it in high school. I was like, that little turd will succeed in everything. It's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, shout out Tate. The thing is that I've noticed that is one trait that he has that a lot of
Yeah.
people who do well in life have
Mhm.
is he's a very humble guy.
Dude, he is.
He's not gonna say he's this, that, or he's good at this and
Yeah.
that. He's just like, I'm just a man.
Dude.
But like he does a lot of things right.
Yes.
So he's somebody that a lot of people look up to.
Yeah.
And it's just super cool to see.
Yeah.
It's almost like a older brother feeling. Of
Yeah.
Like I remember when he first moved in. I was his RA when he
Yeah.
first moved in.
Mhm.
That's how I met him to even get him in our life group.
Mhm.
And to see him then, him and Kaylee just literally,
Yeah.
even loosely, like not saying loosely dating like that, but like they were still young, even though they
Mhm.
dated in high school.
Yeah.
To where now it's seeing their relationship strengthen,
Mhm.
engaged, married. It's super cool, and I love it.
He literally, so we were like not supposed to be friends. Like I'm gonna be real with you. You look at me, you look at him in high school. He already knows this. Like it's so true. We crossed paths like unknowingly, and it was just so unreal because like we basically just got paired together. Like, hey, y'all have got to do these video announcements together, which is part of like the testimony of like how I was able to do like social media stuff, but. That dude, he's just so motivated at life, and he's the reason like I was even able to like get into college.
Yeah.
Because like there was a day like where he was telling me, he was like, "Man, I'm taking 3 to 4 college classes a semester." I'm like, "You're in high school. Like, what are you doing?" And he's just a good person. He's awesome. He's
He
a
really
really good
is.
dude. He's the one that motivated me through high school and the one that got me here, I think. Besides the Lord, but he's the one who pushed me. So,
Dude,
it's awesome.
He's a cool guy. And if he, I don't think he plays it enough, but if he was a gamer, and anyway, I would get him on here.
Yeah.
But you really like, and which is kind of like how we'll talk
Yeah.
about this next portion. But you got to be a gamer to come on the
Yeah.
gaming podcast because of what this next portion is.
Yeah.
And we do this each episode.
Yeah.
But we take a moment and we ask our guest, kind of like, just give us your gaming background and stuff. So it could be something that's like, what's the first game you ever played, or even like your just basic introduction to gaming.
Yeah.
And so what would that be for you?
Dude, I think well, the basics like when you're younger, like Mario, and then like I was like very big like when I was very young, like 7, like on the Wii, like sitting there
One
playing
of the
like
greatest consoles of all
yeah,
time.
that's right. The Lego games, those are
yeah.
those are a big hit. But my biggest thing I think that really got me into it was Minecraft. I was just so invested, so invested. I probably have more. Well, dude, I voice crack right there. I probably have more hours on Minecraft than like most people. I feel like because I was not the top that like played for like survival or
Yeah.
anything like that. I was like there's a certain game mode on there called factions.
Yeah.
And factions was like it was like the closest you get to competitive in Minecraft. So like you join a faction server and you're on the server typically with about 2,000 to 3,000 people like at once playing. And the server what was so like unique about factions in that game mode is if you won, you got real life money. So
Wow,
like
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So like your maps are typically like 15 weeks. You play on the map for 15 weeks. And people compare it to like Rust.
Yeah.
So like you play on the map for 15 weeks. You have like a week of like grace where you build like these big bases. And these bases aren't like you like build a house. Like these bases are like you build like 300 walls like with lava and like regen walls.
Yeah.
Which, like you hit it with a cannon. I was super involved with that to the point where like I was like joining this team. I would call it like the FaZe of Minecraft in a way because like we joined this team and I was like winning like hundreds of dollars every like 3 to 4 months like playing Minecraft.
What?
And it was like
How old were you?
I was like 12 all the way up to like 16.
What?
Like which part of it like the thing is like you're winning like $100 a map which is like every 15 weeks. But what would happen is like our team when I was doing it, I was what's it called? We would be in a team of like 20 players. So it's like our team would win like $100, which isn't crazy. So it's like I can say I won 100, but it was our team.
Yeah.
But we would also be able to spend our money like in the game. So like on kits or ranks. So I would do that, get really invested with that. So we would pay for a rank. So I had like a $500 rank on my like that I didn't pay for because we just would like keep
You
like,
pay it with the money you were
Yes,
earning.
yes.
That is legit.
So it was like, see, I was super involved with that. That was like my big thing. And then Call of Duty, Counter Strike,
Oh yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege. I play that. Like that's probably something that I don't play every single day like I used to. But if I would like get on like my computer, Xbox, first thing I'd probably hit is Call of Duty or like Counter Strike. That's like my two favorites.
Dude, I like Counter Strike.
So yeah,
And I didn't play it till I got to college.
yeah,
And I saw that because I didn't have a PC
yeah,
until I got to college.
yeah.
So I'd play Xbox. And you could play CSGO on the Xbox.
Uh-huh.
I believe you could. I think I saw it.
I don't know about like maybe.
I think there was like
I always played on.
They were
computer.
separate though.
Yeah.
I do know for a fact that if whatever I was thinking of, it was a Counter Strike
Yeah.
version of
Yes.
the game, and they were always separate. You couldn't
Yeah.
combine them because of the style. But when I got a PC, it was one of the first games I got because
Yeah.
I had a flimsy start of a PC.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a total of value like $800.
Dude, I think
But
we all did.
But I built it. And the only games
Yeah.
it could run was Minecraft, League of Legends, and
Come
Counter
on,
Strike.
come on, yeah, dude.
So I
The
played a
lowest
lot of those
settings.
three.
Oh man.
And then when I upgrade, I just keep playing, and to where me and my friends we still play Counter Strike to this day.
Mm.
But just well, I've kind of dabbled into the competitive side, not like pro player type thing, just the ranked style.
Yeah.
And they play it all the time. And we have a guy, he knows who he is when he's watching, but I mean, he's put thousands of dollars
Dude.
into Counter Strike to get those
Skins.
cases.
Dude. The
That's
skins are crazy because that's what I was into. Which is terrible because it's like gambling.
I would
Yeah.
have it proved I have a
Yeah.
gambling issue. That's
Yeah.
why I can never gamble.
Oh man,
Because you're like, oh, dude, I want that case. I want
Dude,
that skin.
I
I want
know.
that Legend Anubis.
yes, I think that's gonna be a big part too in the future. That like with like crypto and all that.
Yeah.
I think that is,
Using it.
dude. I think the skins that people are selling for thousands of dollars is like a replica of what like basically like Bitcoin and all these different like meme coins are, because these coins that grow in value, right? But that's like it's not like physical cash.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing as a skin is like Bitcoin right now is super super high. Well, that skin when you first buy it is like $10. Well, it goes up like every year to like 100. I think that's something that I think is like gonna be similar. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
don't know.
does.
So
I think so too. And you're kind of already seeing that in a way to where
yeah,
you'll see a couple skins and
Mhm.
they'll start, and my friends just know more about it, but they'll be like,
Yeah.
dude, don't sell that yet.
Yeah.
Like it'll get better. And I'm like,
Yeah.
really? And I'm like, yeah. And I know one of my friends, this is not the exact same one who has spent
Mhm.
that much money, but he's also spent a lot of money. And he does a lot of just the returns. Like
Yeah.
he's just, dude, he's lucky. And he'll pull like this insanely cool looking butterfly knife, pink variant.
yeah.
And he sold one for like literally $400.
Mhm.
And I was just like, a skin? He's like, yeah. And it was still only the third tier. I was like,
Oh
oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh. And so he'll take every penny of that.
Yeah.
He'll buy him a game if he wants it,
Mm-hmm.
and then put the rest of the $350 into buying cases and keys.
Dude, it's,
I'm like,
it's
dude,
ridiculous.
It's crack.
That's crazy.
But that's just kind of that aspect of Counter Strike, and a lot of other games are kind of adopting some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Valorant's got its own. It's like still so new,
yeah.
but it's got its own like that's a really rare skin.
Yeah.
You could sell that skin and all of this and that, but it's still not like Counter Strike.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They still got ways to go to get to Counter Strike level.
That makes sense.
So you've talked about. You mentioned also you played Call of Duty. Have you
Yeah.
played Black Ops 6?
Dude, that's like the first Call of Duty I played in like 4 years, and I'm
Really?
invested. I
You like
love
it?
it. I love it so
It's
much.
fun. I was playing it yesterday.
Dude, it's so good. I really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't play too many maps. I literally sit on Nuketown 24/7 every day. Like I don't play anything else.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I mean, Nuketown's one of the GOAT maps of all
Yeah.
time because it's just it's trying to think of the best way. It's eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, it's
in the Call of Duty
true.
world,
Yeah.
because it's just every time it comes out, you're like,
Yep.
I could play Nuketown.
It's like the Dust 2 of Counter Strike is what it is.
It is.
So
It really is.
I play when I play it, I'm really just trying to grind for our camos right now.
Yeah,
like
I'm doing
assault
that too.
rifles, dude. I'm trying.
It's miserable.
Yes, it is.
I got one more to get
Alright.
gold, and then I have unlocked diamond. But the struggle bus that I'm on was, I sometimes just have airhead moments, Corey, and I had 2 guns left that I could have chosen to get gold to make the diamond mark, because you don't have to get all of them; you just have to get almost most of them. And
I didn't even know that. That's
yeah, it'll
crazy.
be like there's like 8 or 9 assault rifles, but the challenge will say you only got to get like 7.
I didn't know that.
But subs, you have to get all the subs. Like it just depends on how many there
Yeah.
are of each thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I needed 2 more, and my dumb self, I prestiged.
Dude.
I was
Did
like,
you
I
not
don't know, I didn't
use
even
a coin
process
on
it.
the
And both of them were the like farther in ones. So I'm just like, I'm not even thinking. I'm like camo grind on stream. Like it was on stream and everything. I'm just camo grinding. And I was like, ooh, I can press T's. Let's do it. And as soon as I pressed it, I was
Oh
like,
no.
so I started doing my SMGs.
Yeah.
And now I can go back to the assault rifles. But I'm level 54. And the AS Val is one of the best assault rifles in the game.
Mm.
And then the Goblin's a semi. I might as well just wait the next 3 levels to get to level 55 and do the AS Val.
Mm.
But I did knives, which I did that new knife, that the butcher one they came out with the Squid Game challenge. Have you seen that one?
I haven't yet.
It's like a butcher knife. And I've already got that diamond because I had got the knife gold as well. And you only have to get 2 melees. So, and I did a lot of SMGs. And so it's been fun camo grinding, but you've been doing it as well. And you haven't played, you said, the last 4? Like you haven't even touched the last 4?
Dude, I haven't. I mean, I've like played a little bit, like I watched content, but like before that, it was like Fortnite. Really,
Yeah.
I just played a lot of Fortnite, but I didn't play much. I really started getting back invested in like games and Call of Duty and all that, all those scenes, like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Yeah, that's what
Now,
I've been
last
told.
year's game, which was the reboot of Modern Warfare 3, I actually liked it. Thought it was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
The Modern Warfare 2 reboot, awful.
Mm.
And then they came out with Call of Duty Vanguard before that.
Yeah.
That's like, and I talked about this with Tyler. You probably know about this some too. But there's games that like aren't good games, but when you play with your friends, you make special memories.
Yes.
That's that Vanguard game for me. It was not a great game, but I had a lot of good memories with my friends, so I think of it a little bit differently than some would and stuff. So, do you have any game that's like that?
I think, well,
That maybe isn't highly regarded, but you had a lot of fun on it.
yeah, I would probably say Fortnite. Fortnite's like one of the, which it's a good game too.
But it has its highs and
yeah.
lows of reviews. Some people are like, "Oh, I'm sick of Fortnite."
Yeah.
Then it's high again.
Yeah. I think Fortnite's one of those games though, and I've only played it during OG seasons. Like after like we got to the second top of what was it? Season, like it wasn't season 2, or it was the map 2 season.
Yeah.
See, like
The
you
chapters.
know, yes, chapters. That was it.
Yeah.
When we got to chapters, like I was like trying so hard, and I think that's like the time, because Fortnite itself is a good game, but I think like hanging out with your friends on an Xbox or computer or whatever, I think that is like the time where it's like I did not like the game, but I loved hanging out with the friends, like with my friends there.
And so you still played it and had a good time.
Yes.
But you acknowledge like, all right, but this game is not
dude,
in a good spot.
yes,
right
it
now.
was not.
I just thought, and that's kind of what I've always thought of Fortnite was, I understand, like, I mean, their battle pass was a genius idea.
Yes.
And they came up with it perfect.
Yeah.
And a free to play game, you pay $10 a month and you can get all these different rewards.
Yeah.
And then if you play enough, you earn the V-Bucks through the rewards to then not even have to pay another $10. So if you play that much, you can make a $10 investment and not have to pay again for months and months and months. However, I think what threw me down, which got me to stop playing, I used to play a lot too, was the such wide variety of skin collabs they would do.
Dude,
Where it's like,
yes.
and I think I mentioned this on an episode before, but the one that I will never forget was I was playing build mode, shoot the guy one time. He builds the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I get shot from who knows where, and then get danced on by Peter Griffin. And I was like, yep, uninstall. And I did not install it again until the most recent OG came out.
Yeah.
And I reinstalled it and played it. And I was like, this is awesome.
Oh, it's fun.
Like
That's
the
only
first
thing I
OG
played.
they did wasn't the true OG.
Yeah.
It was like one of the earlier
I think it was
ones.
like the 4th or 5th one.
Yeah, but they dropped like the true OG.
Yeah. Like
Flush
first season.
Factory.
Yes, I know.
Anarchy
bro.
Acres.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go.
Dude. Yeah.
And so I have played that a little bit. I haven't played on stream yet, but I have played it.
Dude, it's fun. I like it. Yeah.
You still buying the battle pass?
No, not this year.
You're retiring that?
This year, yeah.
I've kind of retired it too.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I will tell you, I've never, since I got, like, because I have the John Wick from season 3.
Legend.
So, like, and then I have, like, the, I think it's the, what is it called? It's the Snowflake Glider from season 2, like, from winning on season 2. So I just keep that always. That way, like, those, like, squeakers just get mad. Like, bro, a John Wick from, because they had the fake one, you know?
Yeah.
They're re-releasing skins right now, which in my opinion, Fortnite, that's a bad move.
Yeah.
I think which I think you already know this, like, the skins, I think the skin factor was helping Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like with like Minecraft or even Call of Duty is like there's so many like collaborations that I think they're just doing for like the money or like those easy grabs that I think like Fortnite could really invest in like doing what Counter Strike does with skins or
Yeah.
um doing with the with how their like actual skins are. Like they already do the trading system, but they brought like 3 skins back to market that are from like season 2, season 3. Like
Yeah.
Skeleton Trooper started it, right? And it's
Yeah.
like when you put the Skeleton Trooper in there, it's like, man, you just like lost all that value. Some kid probably just spent $1,500 on his mom's credit card and is now like sad because it came back in the item shop. It's like,
Wow. And I think Fortnite did better when they had their own original skins coming out. I kind of
yeah,
like that one. Like the ones where, because the first John Wick,
yeah,
of course it wasn't the actual John Wick, but
yeah,
that's what everyone called it.
yes,
And then, like you said, to then release an actual John Wick skin, just kind
yeah,
of like diminishing that. But
yeah,
all their best skins that people are like, wow, this is great, were all the bonus skins and like the, what's that superhero one, the Omega one where you like,
maybe.
I
Oh
can't remember.
yes,
There
yes.
was a blue one and an orange one. I'm very vague on this because it's been years. But
Yeah.
you had a default skin both, and then as you
Mhm.
progressed in the battle pass, you would unlock different
Yeah.
tiers to then make them better. And
Yeah.
bro, they didn't take that from some show or
Mhm.
from some movie. That they just came up with
Yeah.
that skin. It's one of the coolest skins they've
Mhm.
dropped. And so now when all the skins are just, the Darth Vader, the
Yeah.
Mandalorian, like,
It's cool, but
Deadpool,
it's
it's
just like
cool, but it
why?
feels like it's too much
Yeah.
sometimes. And I can maybe get behind the skins more so than all the crazy world changes
Yeah.
from those things. But
Do
the
you like the
game,
world changes?
I like them maybe not as periodically.
Yeah.
Because I remember I kind of like you, because of my friends, I kept playing Fortnite a little bit
Uh-huh.
longer
Yeah.
than my enjoyment of it actually lasted.
Mhm.
But I kind of just gave up on it whenever they made a huge world change at the
Mhm.
end of chapter one, what became
Yeah.
chapter one, flooded half the map, all this and that. And then literally it was not even like a month later,
Yeah.
then they did it again.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, you got to give it some life.
Yes.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe, which I kind of understand their story, which is kind of cool that they
Yeah.
have a story.
Mhm.
I just, all the battle royales do something better than each one.
Yeah.
Because I go to Apex Legends,
Mhm.
they rotate their maps.
Yeah.
It's like an hourly basis. It's a
Yeah.
new map you'll get. And that's awesome
Mhm.
because it's keep fresh. You get to play the OG original Apex Legends map, but then all these bonus new ones that come out.
Yeah.
And like, I think the best thing Fortnite can do is drop these OGs
Mhm.
because they can keep doing whatever they want, and the true fans are going to keep playing it,
Yeah.
and that's great for them. If you enjoy these like crazy
Yeah.
Fortnite changes to the maps and all these different maps, I'm not like dissing on that,
Yeah.
but it's just like it just wasn't for me to keep changing the maps over
Mhm.
and over and over again. To where now I can just load up OG Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You're happy. I'm happy. We're all
Yeah.
happy. And so
And no build.
no build. That was probably the greatest addition they ever
Yeah.
made because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll do build
Yeah.
just because I like it and I'll get destroyed. I'll
Yeah.
never win.
Yeah.
But like it's just fun to still go get the resources like you used to do.
Yeah.
However, it's also fun just to not
Dude, I know.
and
It's
just
crazy.
straight up shoot.
Yeah.
And so Fortnite, that's not like a knock of Fortnite at all. It's
Mhm.
just kind of like they got so big.
Yeah.
I think they may have got too big
True.
for a bit.
Yes.
And I would say right now of the top of the world game, it's still probably Fortnite.
Yeah.
There's really nothing that can
I
compete with
agree.
it right now in terms of its popularity.
Yeah.
You get on there, bro. I could load up right now, and it's gonna be like
Yes.
146,000 active
Yeah.
players on no build.
Yeah.
270,000 active players on OG build, and like
Yeah.
400,000 players on the actual game. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
We're pushing multi-million active
Yeah.
viewers right now. Fortnite, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat it. So thinking on Fortnite and kind of just thinking of the gas we just gave it,
Yeah.
what would you say Corey Dunlap, KD, is the greatest game of all time?
Greatest game of all time. I mean, I've got to like people can judge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're
but
always going to be a little biased.
Yeah.
You can never there's no one out there,
Yeah.
no matter what they say, it's going to make an unbiased prediction.
It's got to be
truly.
Minecraft. It's got to be
Minecraft?
especially for me. I mean, just like my background playing
Yeah.
it. It's like it was one of those things that it's like you're in high school or middle school and you don't want to say anything about it because you're like,
Yeah.
and then out of high school you're, oh, that's respectful. I played it
I
too.
know. And now it's cool to like
Yes.
still be around it.
Dude, I love it.
And
So
it's one of the greatest games of all time.
yeah, it's
if
just
not the
changed
greatest.
so much, and dude, I'm just like, I really liked it before the combat update. I don't know if you know.
I didn't like the
dude,
combat update.
It kind of ruined the spark for me because then like the games I would play could never update anymore because like they changed everything
Yeah.
and it just changed it. But I still enjoy it. I just don't play it as much.
I will say Fortnite and Minecraft were similar that way, except one went one way of extreme, one went the other.
Yeah.
To where Minecraft was going to make all these changes, but they were
Yeah.
not going to like, they never were going to redo what was already there.
Yeah.
So like new biomes, there's added in. They just added that new one. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
It's like this. I cannot. I'm not even gonna try the name because I butcher it. But there's a new mob,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like like the ash type
Yeah.
biomes where it looks like it's just like ash on
Yes.
a
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
Bro, he's a stick creature,
Really.
and his head's all weird, but he'll look at
Oh,
you.
it's like the Slenderman
Yeah,
type thing.
he
Yes.
doesn't come at you when you're looking at him. But
Yes.
as soon as you turn, he like creaking at you.
Dude.
It is terrifying, terrifying. But they make all these cool updates, but they don't take out anything that's already there.
Yeah.
You can still go find an OG Plains biome with an OG village
Yep.
and do all those things. And so I've always respected that to where Fortnite would revamp things.
That's true.
And take out and then re-add
Yeah.
something new. But there would still be changes, Minecraft
Yeah.
thing that a lot of people didn't like. Or changes that like, okay, we're kind of wanting something bigger.
Yeah.
And that's not that big of a deal, like a frog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give us something crazy.
Yeah.
But they also add these new biomes, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're probably in due for an end rework.
It's
As a
crazy
Minecraft
because
guy.
to me, the end is still new.
Yeah.
Like that's how it feels.
That is
because like I
OG.
remember the first time, like before the end, like when it was literally just the island,
Mhm.
and like you couldn't even respawn the Ender Dragon. So once it's there, it's done.
I know.
It's like now I'm still overwhelmed. Like when I go to the end. So when people talk about it, I'm like, that's crazy. Be
It
grateful.
got a rework, I
Yeah.
guess, because it has that thing you're talking about which is what overwhelms people.
Yeah.
It's like that portal above after you beat them, and you can go into it, and
Yeah.
then it takes you to that other place.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Really? I didn't know that.
You can like.
Oh
go-
wait, yes, that is that.
That's where you get
yes.
the elytra.
Yes, that's it. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I
that
thought you were
overwhelms
talking about
me.
like another one.
Oh no, that one overwhelms me.
Yeah.
But like you said, I remember when it was just straight up the end.
Yes.
The one island. You
Yeah.
beat it. It's over.
For sure.
I do think they'll probably rework that and give it a little bit of a little kick, because it's one of those I've missed the OG Nether,
Yeah.
but the new Nether update does make it kind of interesting.
Dude, it's harder. Like,
It is
I
harder.
will like I suck.
You used to only have to worry
Yeah.
about the gas really, because you could avoid a pigman
Yes.
and stuff. But geez, like the pigmen,
Dude,
they changed the game.
dude, it's
The mobs, they're like pets. They're like rhino pigs. Those
yeah.
suckers hurt.
Yeah.
And then of course, like, but I do like the different forest.
Yeah.
They gave you a tree option in there, which
Yeah.
is awesome, because you go in there, you run out of sticks or
Dude, I
something. It's like,
know.
I gotta
bro.
leave the nether,
Dude.
go back, get a pickaxe, then come back to the spot
Yeah.
exactly where I'm at. Maybe you're 400, 500 blocks away
Yeah.
from your portal.
Yep.
So I do like that, but those are good reworks. The ocean rework where they start adding those corals, like those are cool things. And so it's just a goat.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
goat
I love
game.
it. I love it. What was your favorite game? I know you probably already told them, but what's your favorite game?
Well, here's the thing. I have so many favorite games. You could literally go back and look at each episode. I think I give a different answer every time.
Really?
So one of them would probably be Minecraft. The one that I'm going to drop today, and I've been flamed for giving a different answer every time. So go ahead and get this comment ready. But the one I'm going to drop today is Transformers Fall of Cybertron.
Bro, that's great. That's like the most like I was so expecting something completely different.
So precise,
That's so-
I didn't even hesitate.
That's
It's
awesome.
almost like I was ready for this.
Yeah.
Transformers Fall of Cybertron is the greatest game of all time. It's part of the
Yeah.
Transformers trilogy.
Uh-huh.
War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron. Then Rise of the Dark Spark was garbage.
Yeah.
War for Cybertron was amazing. But it was kind of like, I'm a huge Transformers guy.
Yeah.
My first gamer tag, so the default Xbox gamer tag I was given was called a Tendon Normal 6.
Yeah.
Then my first ever gamer tag I made on my own, which is like a big deal. Autobot Warrior 1.
Come on.
Huge Transformers fan. To where then I was like, all right, I'm getting older. Autobot Warrior 1.
Yeah.
It's kind of looking a little weird for some people. I'm in high school now. I don't want to be weird. So I'm just going to call it Autobot.
Yeah.
I was just Autobot. And then I was like, I can get trademarked if I actually. That's when I started first experiencing YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, I could get trademarked.
Yeah.
So let's go auto. You
Yeah.
can't trademark auto. And to this day, I'll probably pull it up here on the stream. I have a YouTube channel where I was auto for
Really?
the longest time.
Oh my gosh.
And it was probably, this was maybe college. I ran this account in college,
Uh-huh.
But it was me, and we'll show it here.
Oh man.
I gotta switch
Come
this
on.
thing. But it is one of my prized possessions that I don't normally showcase to a lot of people, but Otto Gaming and Review. And like, hello everyone, my name's Otto. I got 43 subscribers, almost 2,000 views.
What's your highest viewed?
The highest one is 8 years ago when Carrie Fisher passed away. I did a Lego Star Wars. I was honestly so proud of myself. I did a Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. See,
Yeah.
I think this is the warrior part. Autobot.
Yeah. Dude, you were always cool if you had that type of intro.
I know. I had a buddy make it for me. That's when I had already switched to just Autobot. But we're not going to listen to it right now. I'll show it to you afterwards. But this was, I took all like this was Lego Star Wars Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And I took every single Leia character and did like a memorial showcase.
Really?
And it got 352 views.
Dude.
And I thought I was on top of the world.
Oh, dude, I get it.
I was like, give me my paycheck.
I get it. Yeah. Man, that's so funny.
But I mean, I posted, dude, I like literally,
oh man,
you can go here and it's gonna, I don't have the intro added on there yet. This is OG Fortnite.
Wow.
In its prime.
Dude, come on. What season was that?
This is, I think before there was even seasons. Wow. I'm not even joking.
No way.
We'll take a look at the map here. Let me like give you guys a better angle who's watching.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, we're like, this is back when you celebrated getting second place.
Yeah.
In third place.
No,
You're like, dude, we got third place though. Dude. We're gonna get the next one. All right, let's pause it when I showcase the map. I mean, this is OG bus, OG map.
Yes.
Not the OG mode that people are playing now. And I think I looked at the map right here.
Oh man, there it is.
I mean, that is the OG map.
Yeah.
This is before it was even like the stuff up here.
Tilted's not there. Yeah.
Pre-tilted.
Wow.
So just like we both are.
Yeah.
Some people like don't want to act like you. They don't want to give you the OG status, bro. We earned it.
That's right.
It's right there. I got living proof.
Let's go.
And Flush Factory is our spot.
Oh my gosh.
Where was your spot in the OG?
Dude, I would probably say Anarchy. Anarchy, or actually no, because my first win was Tomato Town, and it was.
You remember that,
dude? Yes, my first ever win was Tomato Town. It was like I got trapped underneath, like, you know that spot where it has the two chests? Like, yeah. I got trapped right there, and I hid the entire game until I died. Like, cause you know how it would like, yeah.
You didn't even get the kill.
I didn't even get the kill. So, but back then it's like people were gonna die of fall damage if they didn't just like no one knew how to play.
Exactly. I mean, this is that peak time where like we were just terrible.
Dude,
I mean, look, but like it was just so much more simpler. One thing I don't like about new Fortnite, this is like a picky thing to where like I'm not gonna like actually say this makes it bad. But I don't like it in Call of Duty either, so I have evidence to go both ways. I don't like this tactical sprint.
Oh, dude, I agree.
I don't like it. Where you get to sprint extra fast. I think it's lame. In Call of Duty, it's almost ruined Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast now. And call me an old geezer, call me a lame-o.
No, it makes sense. It really does. I remember, which they have this now. They still have this, but I remember feeling like the shiz with like Builder Pro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, freaking playing Builder Pro and being able to like learn that, because I spent hours trying to learn how to do that, because you wouldn't just normally like use your controller. You'd have to like use your back pedals like for each one, which you can use it now. But I remember learning that. That was like, I was like, man, I could go pro. and then everyone started editing, and I was like, I didn't know you could edit builds.
I did not know that either. And like we were in the era of true traps.
Yeah.
Like where traps, like there was actually like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And stuff, which our story of Fortnite for me and my friends was we played Save the World before Battle Royale ever came out.
Yeah.
And we were like huge Save the World fans,
dude,
building the survival stuff. Yes. And then they were like, hey, did you hear they're coming out with a new mode? Because it wasn't like the Battle Royale mode. Yeah. Like, they weren't the first to do it. H1Z1 did it. PUBG was first, like before them. But they were like, they're doing what PUBG did. And I was like, what's PUBG? Like, I didn't know what PUBG was. So then I tried it, and I loved it. And this was the ending of our game. We were...
I'll say, though.
18 people left. I got 4 kills right now.
The OG, though, that people never mention honorably is Minecraft Hunger Games.
Oh,
that was OG.
Gosh.
That was OG.
Bro, especially like on those servers, man, when you be spawning there and then you gotta go and... Dude. Do I go for the center? Do I run away?
Dude, I
go
know,
off
bro.
into the land.
I know, bro. That's why I loved it so much.
It was 100%
The same.
insane. And like,
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, that was the OG Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And Basic Canadian was the GOAT.
Dude, oh my god, that's crazy.
Basic
bro.
Canadian was the
Romance
GOAT.
stuff. Yeah.
He like would just literally he would post a Hunger Games every day.
Dude, Hunger Games,
And
I want to win it all.
I used
Win
to
it all
think,
day.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to think, bro, like, how hard is it to make that content? But looking back on his style specifically,
Dude.
bro, he really would just get on,
Yeah.
record a Hunger Game, post it.
Yes.
Like even if he died,
Yeah.
post it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't that hard.
And then every 100 episodes, he's come up with that marathon. I was there for the 100 episode one. I literally, yes, I was on stream, like, cause he like streamed it, cause he just opened the Nexus, you know, like that server.
His server,
yes.
he did, yeah.
So I was there for that.
I was a big Hypixel guy.
Dude, Hypixel's fun, yeah, and Mindplex.
Mindplex,
Gone now though.
That's what I was about to say. Mindplex is my other favorite one. I think I actually played more Mindplex. The only reason I think of Hypixel is because it's still up.
Yeah.
But Mindplex I think was better.
Yeah, I think it was too. And the thing is, it's literally, it's kind of the same thing. And I know we're talking a lot about Minecraft. It's probably like, what the heck?
It's the greatest game.
Dude, it is. It really is. But the thing about Mindplex, I think reason like it ruined itself is because Mindplex became sponsored by Minecraft, like genuinely. Like, and I think they just tore it down, kind of like how they're doing with all the new things. You have to pay for skins now. Like, I remember going in there with a skin editor and like making like the number of like a jersey, right? Like number 5, and feeling like you're the coolest person ever because you're like, you can put it on the back of your skin, like just you, like you.
I know, and it's like authentic because like I took the Green Lantern default skin that somebody got off the web, and I changed it all to orange.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm the Orange Lantern, whatever, but like I don't call myself that. But that's my skin that I've had since 2015, probably. And I can load up Minecraft right now, Java Edition. It's gonna be my skin,
dude.
And I do think that I was excited to see when the day came where Xbox and PlayStation like expanded those servers to where you can actually play servers and have texture packs.
I agree with that.
I think that was a huge win. I think it took way too long to do it.
Yeah.
Because my goal, there's an older YouTube channel that I am not showing on stream right now, but it was my first one ever.
Yeah.
And I had my 4th generation iPod Touch.
Yeah.
Propped it up sideways.
Oh no!
And would record my screen.
Dude, that's awesome.
I was also like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I dropped it in water, destroyed the iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And my last video was like, guys, you can see my camera. I can't fix it.
But oh my god!
All I want to do is prove that Xbox 360 Minecraft is just as good as PC. Like it was my goal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, it's kind of like Android is like you say that Android is better until you actually have an iPhone. It's just because you don't have an iPhone, you're like Android's better.
You went straight for it. You're stepping on somebody's toes right now.
It's true. It's so true.
I agree. I got an iPhone right over there. But that is a good Go game to have as Minecraft as a Go. But Fortnite being one of your favorites, I think that's reasonable as well.
Yeah.
One of the other reasons I was so excited to bring you on, and we have 2 topics we're going to discuss. Let's hit this one first.
All right.
And then we'll finish with this one here. But you are a huge social media guy.
Yes.
And you talked about in your intro, kind of just talking about how you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
So you've given me a lot of good tips and stuff about, hey, man, just like this, that, the other for content. What is some common mistakes that people might make when they're trying to grow into an influencer? Because I feel like right now, this is the most everyone's trying to be an influencer in some way, shape, or form than ever before.
Yeah.
Growing on social media. What's the common mistakes they make? Give me a couple.
Okay, well, I think first you've got to realize, and I watch, like, my favorite thing, like, if you go on YouTube, my favorite thing is listening to podcasts. Like, I listen to, like, Colin and Samir all the time. I listen to, like, all those, like, people like Nick Peak, like, KC9stat, all those people. And I think the biggest thing that people don't realize is, like, people think they have to copy content, which in my opinion, like, you need to copy it at some point, but you've got to, instead of copying a video and trying to remake it, like, you can't just make like a Minecraft Let's Play video or like go like to a store. You've got to like you've got to season it. Does that make sense? People like to copy paste, but it's like you got to copy and paste with season. Yeah. And I think that's what people need to realize, because when you're like, you can't just, there's people on TikTok who make it like the boom guys, like the ones that are like
Dude, those guys are.
they're yeah.
I cringe when I see
Dude,
those
it's
guys.
yeah.
They're like, boom.
That's what. Yeah, they made it. I think out of luck, to be honest with you, but also what they're doing now is so important to like focus on because they are obviously very annoying.
Yeah,
Lovingly, they're annoying.
they are.
For me and you, I'm sure a lot of people love that song and listen to it every single
I
day in
think
their
it's annoying
playlist.
as booty. I hate hearing it at
But
school. As a teacher, I hear it all the
yeah,
time.
yeah. But you watch it and like you're seeing them do all these collabs with these like big content creators
They're
and all of
genius
this.
now.
Yeah, it's smart. And I think that's like just seasoning like what you do is like what's so important. Like when you hop on a trend, you need to season that trend. You don't need to just copy and paste it because then you're like with everyone else.
Yeah.
Like kind of Mr. Beast. Like creating something that's gonna make you jaw drop. Like I think what got me one of the first videos that made Mr. Beast like so famous. It wasn't the anything that had to do with money. He literally sat in something just like this exact like desk setup. Like there was like a funny like face on the background, and he was like, "I'm gonna count to 10,000 or like 100,000, something like that." And one sitting like completely record it, and I'm gonna just post it to YouTube. That got viral because
That's crazy.
it was so original. No one was gonna sit through it, but they were gonna click and they were gonna scroll the whole time. Oh, sorry. They were gonna scroll the whole time from 0 to like
And see if he actually did
8 hours to see if it changed. And he had all these different like angles, like cameras and things that would just prove like, hey, this is not changing.
Yeah.
And he did like dance resolution for 10 hours, like listening to it. All these like things, and everyone says like Mr. Beast, he's the biggest YouTuber, 300 something million subscribers.
Yeah.
Like there is no way I can be as big as him. But when you watch him, it's like for years he just sat there making like Minecraft or like FaZe like compilations or these
Yeah.
things like showcasing. He tried to join FaZe. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know
He
that.
tried to join FaZe. I watch a lot of like podcasts with him.
Yeah.
I'm very into it. But yeah, he tried joining FaZe. He tried doing all these things. But what is like so important to see is when he made it was when he did something original, and not just like original of like this is something like I'm gonna do. For example, like the 5 push-ups every stream that you're doing, like all of these things like are things that are like, what is he actually gonna do it? And it's the same thing with the 10,000, like
Yeah.
10,000, like counting to 10,000. He said Logan Paul's name like 10,000 times. Like
Really?
yeah, is that unreal?
That
and
is
it's like
kinda crazy.
you
Logan
want to
Paul,
click
Logan
on
Paul,
it because
Logan
it's
Paul.
yeah, you want to click on it because it's so ridiculous. And I think that's like what you need to like what people need to realize is like what is going to make people click the most, because like you've also got to put yourself in their shoes. It's like if you were like wanting to be like if you're wanting to be a Call of Duty YouTuber, okay, well first, is Call of Duty even trending right now on YouTube?
Yeah.
For one. And then two is like, okay, how like who do I watch? Like if you watch like FaZe Jeb. FaZe Jeb, he's like he is consistent, but he's not growing. He's only growing because his fan is so loyal because he does the same thing every single day. But then you watch people like I don't know a great example, but like just for example, a Call of Duty YouTuber goes out of the box and says, okay, for every kill I get, I'm gonna attach like something sticky and pull it off. Something that makes
Yeah.
a thumbnail. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch this guy because I want to see him mess up on kills, because it does because you got to realize you're either really skilled at the game or you are entertaining someone. It's
Yeah.
like you got to pick one because you
Yeah,
can't fall in the
that's
middle
true.
or no one's gonna click. And I think that's what's so important is like find out, are you a pro or are you an entertainer? And if you're a pro, you need to be a pro. You need to try and like your thumbnails or your titles need to fall under the lines of I hit top 10,000 and ranked like Nuketown, right?
Yeah.
Or if you are
You're like pro player does this.
yes, yeah, well, not even like pro, because people like you can say pro and it's like if you don't have like FaZe or Optic or 100 Thieves or any of these like big names on top of you, you can say pro and people in my opinion aren't going to click on it because it's like, okay, you're a pro, but I don't see any like fancy pro
Yeah.
title on you.
That's true.
But if you say, instead of saying pro, you're like, okay, this is something I did in this video, and it's like you're clicking. You don't like just, which you can be like full of crap in the not thumbnail, but what is it called? I'm sitting here trying to
Clickbait?
the title, yeah, clickbait. You can do that, but people are not going to click on it if they don't know you. So it's like if you say like I've hit the top 10,000 leaderboard, or I did this, or like for example Dream, the reason he's big right now, that he was so big at the beginning, he did it for his pro. It wasn't for entertainment, it was for pro.
Mm-hmm.
He does entertainment now because he can, but it's because he like sped run like Minecraft in like 3 minutes. Like you're gonna click on it because you've watched Minecraft or you played
Yeah.
Minecraft like 5-10 years
And I'm like,
ago.
how did he do that in that
Yeah,
amount of time? I
exactly.
remember
Like
that.
we all tried beating the Ender Dragon, so how do you do it in 3 minutes? And like, or it's like, if you want to be entertaining but you want to show you're a pro, it's like I killed the Ender Dragon with snowballs. It's like that is a big title. It's like,
Yeah.
well, how did you do that? Because that's impossible. It's like something like that you can like make people click on because they absolutely have to figure out what happened. That's what's important, I think.
Yeah. That's good advice. And I would also say this is another mistake I think people make
Mm-hmm.
myself, and I want to see what you think on it.
Okay.
So when you're making content and you are setting your expectations,
Yeah,
the expectations are huge.
dude.
So the way I've always worded to my friends when I said so it was 2 years ago, almost like a week ago, that
Yeah.
I started like my actual public. I'm going to be a content
Yeah.
creator and I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
But it was about 2.5 years ago. I announced it to my friends, like, hey,
Yeah.
like when January comes around, I'm streaming like all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make videos or make a podcast. I'm going to do
Yeah.
something, make content, be a content creator. And nobody believes me. Well, the expectation is
Yeah.
the big thing that they don't believe.
Yeah.
So when I say that, their brains go to, let's talk YouTube for a second.
Yeah.
They think of maybe a Mr. Beast,
Yeah.
a PewDiePie, if you're talking about
Yeah.
gaming, Markiplier.
Yeah.
In streaming, they think of Tyson, Shroud, if you're in the
Yeah.
gaming side, all these huge gamers
Yeah.
and streamers. But that's also where you can grind and grow and do all your things. But to hit those numbers, I would say you can do everything right, but then also plays a lot of the luck too. Of just
Yes.
everyone in the world happens
Yeah.
to see what you do. But nobody talks about the content creators that if you take how much they make from ads, maybe subscriptions, sponsorships all
Yes.
together, and they make probably $65,000-$70,000 a
Yeah.
year. People don't talk about that expectation.
Yeah.
It's always about the highest.
Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest mistakes I've seen that I had to battle myself when
Yeah.
I started was like, I'm not gonna set the false expectation.
Yeah.
When I say I'm gonna be a streamer or a content creator or a podcaster, I'm not looking at Joe Rogan's podcast
Yeah.
and being like,
of course.
that's
Yeah.
a measuring stick if I'm
Yeah.
growing or not. Rather than, okay, let's look at just other people who are like me. Okay, this guy's got this many subscribers, but he averages this many views. So our
Yeah.
subscribers are the same, but I actually have more views average than him.
Yeah.
Take those kind of wins rather than I'm not Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And so
I think an important thing too, and I'm gonna take a lot of words out of Mr. Beast because like I just watched a lot of his like podcasts.
He's
and
smart.
He is a genius. He's
Yeah.
a genius with like social media and marketing himself. Like his Amazon Prime show,
yeah,
he gave away $1 million within the first 5 minutes of the show. Like how like no one can say that. Like it's just like, but he did that because he knew it would get attention.
he'd be like, oh my
It
gosh.
had nothing to do with giving away the money. It was like for attention. He even said that when he was doing his like little like podcast with
Mhm.
one guy. But anyway, he like gave this rule for someone who was starting out, and he said, and I think this is so important. He's like, if you want to make it, he didn't say you'd make it, but he's like, I guarantee you, if you did this for 100 days, you posted for 100 days, and you improved one thing every single day, but you had to improve. If you went back, you're backtracking. You're not doing it. You will be so much more happy with your progress than you would be if you just tried posting every single day something. It's like, and I think that's like so important. If you're posting something, you need to look at your last video and see what can I improve. And it's like if you watch that same video, it's like, man, my lighting was worse that video. It's like, what are you like getting out of that? Like you need to realize like you've gotta improve something every single time you do it. And if you're not improving, it's like it's kind of like going to the gym. It's like we can all walk into the gym and we can all like sit there, but one person's lifting weights, one person's not. Who's gonna get better?
Yeah, who's gonna improve?
Yeah. So you can post every single day, but what are you doing to lift the weights?
Exactly. And Mr. Beast is a prime. He's like one of the peak examples too of how he does it. And what's crazy is like all the bigger ones that you see, such as Mr. Beast. I'm gonna throw Markiplier in there because I know, and even like PewDiePie. These are guys I grew up watching.
Yeah.
Like they're humble guys.
Yes.
Even though they might come off arrogant because of maybe some things they do,
Yeah.
they're humble guys to
Mhm.
where they didn't start this to get the money.
Yeah.
And so many people, and I'm not saying I'm innocent in terms of this motive, but like my content started taking the best growth when I got rid of that motive.
Yeah.
But it's like why do you want to be a content creator? Because I want to make the money.
Yeah.
I want to be, I just want to get money from doing this.
Yeah.
And my content got so much better with the podcasts, my
Mhm.
streams, when I altered. Like I can get on Twitch right now. I could go live today,
Yeah.
beg people for subs
Yeah.
desperately, and probably get some.
Yeah.
But it's like, am I actually enjoying doing that?
Yeah.
Not really.
Mhm.
Or I can just get on and do stuff I enjoy to do.
True.
Make content I
Yeah.
enjoy making, and then let other people just hop on my train when they like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that helps me out a lot because it's like I like playing horror games.
Yeah.
But I kind of put that staple on myself early on.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that's gonna get me views
Mhm.
and subs, and so I play it all the time. But then I just got burned out.
Yeah.
The reality is I'm a variety streamer,
Yeah.
which is why I'm never gonna probably grow like that as a streamer
Mhm.
because I'm a little bit too much of a
I
variety.
will say this though, you're right place, right time right now because streaming is like massive right now.
It is
It is.
massive.
I think it's. You could disagree with me. I think it's bigger than it's ever been. Truly.
I would say it is because like all the people who are big,
Yeah.
they have now sparked others
Yeah.
to do it.
Yes.
And people get so jealous of big streamers, but
Yeah.
like people like me are so happy for them
yeah.
because
Yeah.
they bring people to the platform.
True.
So some guy never watched streaming in his life,
Yeah.
but he sees a queso clip on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he's like, that is the funniest dude I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. And then you watch queso. Well,
Yeah.
then he has the app. He has an account. And he's going to get on there when queso's not live.
Yeah.
At some point. And it's free game from
Yeah,
there. Just do your job, grind, and it's going to be from there. It's just like with YouTube.
Yep.
Everybody's watching YouTube to some degree. Some way, shape, or form. Everybody has a
Yeah.
YouTube account.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know when your stuff gets there. Play the algorithm right.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally how I've said this in streams. Like, I play. I work for the algorithm of like
Yeah.
in terms of just when I'll do stuff and everything
Yeah.
like that. Like, I post a short every day. I have a short going live. It actually went live 20 minutes ago. It goes live 12:15
Yeah.
every day. Everybody goes for 12. I did 12:15.
Yeah.
I saw a tip about that, but also 400,000 people saw that tip, so they might do it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just study the algorithm. Like
Yeah.
if you really want to grow, you do what you love, but you also got to just play the game.
True.
It's all a game.
Yeah.
Study the algorithm. Like you kind of said earlier, it's like what's popular on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, if nobody's watching this type of content on Call of Duty, either it's like a gamble.
Yeah.
Either you start posting that and nobody's been watching
Yeah.
it, but people start watching it, or B, there's a reason nobody's watching it. 'Cause
Yeah.
nobody cares about that kind of content and you don't really grow much. And so
Yeah.
he's got to kind of play with it. But the algorithm of all things respects consistency.
Mm-hmm.
If I post a short every day at 12:15, I'm going to get respected for
Yeah.
that.
It
So-
wants people to stay on their platform. So
It does.
I think that's a great thing with TikTok is TikTok doesn't just feed content creators. TikTok feeds everyone. It's
Yeah.
like you're gonna see your mom get 10,000 views randomly if she posts enough. Like it's
Mhm.
like that's how it is. Like
I was posting I was literally posting just the Star Wars
dude, exactly.
bracket, and I'm getting like hundreds of thousands of views, a
Yes.
couple million views.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which rest in peace TikTok.
Yeah.
I guess we
dude.
can talk about that for a second because like what your thoughts are,
I'm
because
be
by
honest
the
with
time
you.
this episode drops, the verdict will already have been made
Yeah.
of like the final deadline.
Yeah.
But what do you think about all that?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like there's gonna be a way because you also got to realize like Trump is heavy, like trying to like get us back.
Yeah, but the verdict is on the 19th.
Yeah,
He gets sworn in.
I know.
the
Do you
20th.
think that was like on purpose?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Yeah.
But I think Trump doesn't really actually care about
Yeah,
TikTok.
true.
I think it's I think he has sided with people who are so
Yeah.
free speech where he's gonna make that stance.
Yes.
Elon Musk is one of his right hand guys right
Yes. That was big. That
now.
was
And Elon
huge.
bought Twitter
Yeah.
and rebranded it
Yeah.
just for the sake of he rebranded, I think, just to shove it in their face.
Yeah.
But like, love or hate X or so, it is 100% the most open platform you
It
can
is
have.
so true.
You can see anything, and
Yeah.
that can be a bad thing, but like it can also be a really great thing. You
Yeah.
see, nothing's getting censored.
Yeah.
Did you see Zuckerberg's video?
I didn't. No.
Zuckerberg dropped a video like a couple weeks ago maybe a week ago about how Meta's going to do the exact same.
Really?
They're
That
they're getting rid of fact checkers who censor things, and they're going to
wow.
community notes like Twitter.
Wow. That's gonna be big. I didn't know that.
I know.
That's
I
crazy.
literally watched it at work the other day, and I was like, that is huge
That is
because
huge.
like that means they're not going to essentially what that means for those watching this, they're not going to censor anymore.
Yeah.
They're not going to like say that's not right or
Yeah.
that's hate speech. We're
Yeah.
censoring that. It's just going to be community notes
Yeah.
where if something's posted and it's wrong, people have the choice to comment
Yeah.
and be like, that's not right. And if so many, remember to make a
Yeah.
community note about it. And if so many people do, then they'll post it.
Community notes can be memed though
They
sometimes.
can be mean. They can be
The
mean.
Logan Paul one was so funny.
I've seen all sorts of community notes
Yes,
that are meme 100%. One was like LeBron, the greatest
Yeah.
of all time. Whether you think he is or not, it's just a community note meme. But people were like, this in fact is not true.
Yeah.
So many people said it.
Oh, it's so funny.
But it is kind of cool to let the people do it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
That's all Elon Musk cares about. I follow him on X just because I like seeing his pro speech
Dude,
talk.
Yeah.
So with Trump siding with him, Trump's going to do anything that's pro speech.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm kind of on the side, don't hate me. I'm kind of on the side of I'm okay with America kind of pushing ByteDance a little bit about TikTok.
Mm,
Because I do think I can understand, especially in this day and age, so much paranoia
yeah.
with all these other countries. Like,
Yeah.
we're practically in another Cold War,
Yeah.
if you really think about
Yeah.
it. Like, everybody's just like on the edge of their seat.
Yeah.
Who's going to make the first big move about something? But it's like a technological
Yeah.
Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hacking, drones.
Yeah.
I believe that's true, like a big deal right now.
No, that makes
And
sense.
so I could definitely see some paranoia with this happening, that China or a Chinese company, which you
Mhm.
also just know their government,
Mm-hmm.
they don't not have control over something that's coming
Yeah.
out of their country. But it's like something that's owned by a Chinese guy, a Chinese company, having so much influence
Yeah.
on American culture. I don't blame him for being paranoid. I don't
Yeah.
blame him for trying to work something out. It's just kind of a crappy situation for those who love TikTok
Yeah.
and stuff. Which you can also, if you're desiring to keep that content, bro, you can get that content
Yeah.
on Instagram,
Instagram. Yeah.
on YouTube Shorts, on Facebook. Like the content's elsewhere.
Yeah.
Even Snapchat's been dropping, practically does it with their like stories. feed.
Yeah, that's another thing with every platform is they just drop on the bandwagon, which is gonna help for us with TikTok being gone.
Yeah.
But I do think Instagram's gonna end up having to take over. That's just gonna be.
I think
like,
Reels will be the next
yeah,
highest thing.
for sure. For sure, I think it already is. Honestly.
Probably.
So.
It's because it was already so big before.
Yes.
Which TikTok was Musically
Yeah.
and then turned into TikTok.
Yeah.
And I have proof that I have had TikTok a long time, which I
Yeah,
don't have it right
got the
now,
receipt.
but I have. You can go like on the Apple store
Yeah.
and like look at your like more like recent downloads. And
Yeah.
you scroll all the way down before it was even called TikTok.
Yeah.
It just shows TikTok 2016.
Wow.
That's just because I downloaded Musically just to see what it's about. I never posted. I never
Yeah.
used it. I deleted it. I think
Yeah.
after I did it, but because I downloaded it onto my profile, it shows I downloaded TikTok in 2016 before it blew up.
Come on. W.
Those are things I like to mess
No,
around
it's
with, but
awesome though.
I like hearing other people's stories of like, listen, I was interested in this before it was big. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, even like being able to show that video.
I do that with YouTubers. I love it. I like my thing right now is like there's these YouTubers I watch that I'm sitting there like they have like 1,000 and I comment on their like for example Eric.
Yeah.
Eric had like 3,000 when I had subscribed to him and I even commented on it. I was like, look, I know you're about to be big, and then now he has like millions.
That's crazy.
It's like
Who's a YouTuber I remember specifically that was like that? I've got a couple friends who are close. I got a friend named Jay. Shout out Jay. He's gained like 1,000 in the last year.
really,
He's kind of on a good trend, and so he's a professional editor for an esports team.
really, that's
And
cool.
I think he does some freelance too.
Yeah.
I know he works for Team Wars, what they're called, but he does like he's like a producer
Mm-hmm.
for him and stuff. And he also makes his own content. But
Yeah.
he's been on a pretty big come up lately. Who
Mhm.
else? Well, there was a Call of Duty pro that I followed long ago when he had like 400 followers on like social media and stuff,
Yeah.
and he was like just barely amateur, would stream every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got like 66,000.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know, but his name's Ghosty.
Yeah.
And he plays for the Los Angeles Thieves right now, 100 Thieves. And he like did some random thing where like the first 10 people that show they subscribe to my new YouTube channel, I'll follow him back. I did it. He followed me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just tell people that we've been friends since the beginning.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense.
He does not know who I am, but
I think the FaZe thing's crazy too.
yeah.
Because I think that just proves that there is a lot of luck, but I think there's also a lot of skill.
Yeah.
With how you market yourself, and I think
and
FaZe
who
Banks,
you partner with.
Yes. And FaZe Banks, like he literally brought all these, like every single one of them has hit like these crazy milestones. Every single one of the new FaZe members.
And they were popular, but they were nothing like they are now.
Yes.
I think the biggest one that I keep seeing is Playboy Max.
Really? Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? Do you think
I don't. I haven't like kept up too much. I just watch it on Twitter, like, and I like to read. But yes, I would say Playboy Max and Lacey.
Yeah,
like
Lacey, I think was lower than Playboy Max was, and that was just like, and dude. That does matter about who you know. Yeah. Throw that FaZe label on there, instant.
And no one had any clue like that it was gonna happen. Like every comment from, and I even wrote. I posted on Twitter, which I try to use Twitter, but I gave up on it. Like last year, because I also said I was gonna have 1,000 on TikTok. I lie, I got some 50, whatever. But I did say I was like GTA 6 is gonna be the biggest pre-release game, and then I also wrote that FaZe is gonna have like the biggest come up, and sure enough, they rebooted and had the biggest come up.
Kicked everyone out,
dude. That's
crazy. Brought in terms of just the like when you have FaZe, and like are at the level they're at. These people were nobody on that level.
Oh,
I'm not saying they weren't popular or successful on their own already. So don't take that as like I'm saying they were nobodies and nothing until FaZe. But I'm saying like they were not where they are now. Yeah. So it's like you take nobodies and bring them in, and I mean the FaZe effect.
Yeah.
But FaZe Banks he's an OG.
Dude,
he's a legend of how he did what he did.
I watched Mom's Basement with Keemstar when it was still on YouTube. Like I love all that. Like that is like what I love. Watching all the drama, watching all the like just stuff come out. Like I followed like the Logan Paul and Jake Paul and FaZe Banks beef like back in like I think it was like 2015,
I remember 2016. That dude. There was that girl.
Yes.
They both dated her.
Alyssa. Yes. And I was so into that, and I still like that's how I like got really into it, because Logan Paul, I think I've watched like Impulsive has this will show you how much I like listen to podcasts. Impulsive has like 600 episodes. I've watched every single one of them. Like they're like so good, and it's not because like I'm a big like Paul fan. Like I'm not. I mean I'm drinking prom right now. But like. You just like gotta realize that they are so knowledgeable on like how to stay like relevant, because they were big on Musically. That's how they got to come up.
Yeah, and Vine.
Yeah,
I remember Logan and Jake. I remember Logan and Jake Paul and Vine.
Yes,
and just to see if you look at Jake Paul, who he's now compared to Vine, I mean it's like insanely different. He looks like a little pretty boy.
I know,
small little green bean.
Yeah.
To where now
watched him fight Tyson.
You went?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like that,
dude? It was kind of a waste of money. No, it was good.
I'm sure the event was awesome. It was
awesome. So cool.
Even though the fight was what it was.
First Netflix live event, being there in person, like they're just so cool. And we went to the weigh-in too. So like we saw the weigh-in happen. Like I was like, when the big slap happened that went viral, I was like 100 feet away. Like how crazy is that? That's on my phone. Yeah.
Wow.
Because like it's a free event to get there. You just have to be so early because the tickets they sell out so quickly. So like my one of my best friends, we drove down to Dallas, and I like we got there like 3 hours early, and like we just stayed in line the whole time, because after the amount of tickets are out, because it's probably like double the size of Central, like the room. So like you have to get there early, otherwise you won't get tickets. So like we got there. And, like, sure enough, like, we ran in. Like, I was like, hey, bro, get the merch. I'll get the seats. Like,
wow.
And we got in there. And, like, dude, they were, like, they're Celsius, like, brand. Because they're all powered by Celsius. So, like, the Celsius team was there. You could trick or treat Celsius cans because they were just giving them away for free.
Wow.
And then, like, I have, like, custom W cologne, which is not W. Which, again, I'm not, like, for the record, I'm not, condoning like cussing or any of that, but I'm just letting you know what it says. It says F Jake Paul on the W can, and it's custom wrapped, and I have like 20 of them at my house because they just kept throwing them at everyone, and no one wanted them because everyone's like Tyson. Now I wanted Tyson to win too.
Yeah.
But I have like 20 of them in and I saw the big W like people, and like there was a W wrapped car. And the girl who interviewed Jake Paul and Mike Tyson after the fight interviewed me the day before in line.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is actually insane, like,
Yeah.
experience, I'm
Dude,
sure.
I was the best. Like, one of the best days ever. It was so much fun.
That is crazy. Do you think Mike Tyson held back?
Dude, I feel like there was
That
something going
sucker
on.
held back.
Yeah.
There was
There
something
was
going on.
Well, you got to realize the first, like, I think it was the first and second round of the fight. Like, there was no way, like, Jake was winning that.
I know.
And then he just, like, pulled back. Which I think the biting thing was so funny. Everyone
Yeah.
was memeing it, like, what is he doing? He kept chewing on his glove. But
Maybe he was having to, like, resist himself, like, holding back. Because, bro, I literally saw, like, I'm not saying I'm a conspiracist.
yeah.
But, like, I saw on Twitter, I saw videos of, like, how Tyson could have, like, a clean uppercut.
Yes.
And he doesn't do it.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, why?
Bro.
Like,
I know.
If it's scripted and there was
Yeah.
a whole purpose, like, don't do this, we're going to do it.
Yes.
I'm not against it. Because, like, I get,
Yeah.
trying to make it interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe Mike Tyson was like, listen, I've won so many fights. You know what I'm capable
Yeah.
of. But, like, having this kind of thing just kind of
Yeah.
makes him more relevant. And who knows the bag that they gave Mike
Oh,
Tyson to
dude.
potentially not win
Yes.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, so he was probably kind of like, you know what? I'll do it.
The Katie and Amanda fight, though, that was
I know, yeah. I
yeah,
know.
that was really good. It was just
The first one was the best one.
dude. I know. It was frustrating though because they're like MVP, which I wanted Katie to win because Katie wasn't sponsored by Jake, and that was like my whole thing. I was like, I don't want Jake's party to win because they're hosting the event because Jake is like CEO of MVP, which is the most valuable promotions. So like they were the ones hosting it. So I was like, it'd be so crazy if their top two creators lost the fight. And well, Jake won, but Katie won the other one, and which Katie did, like, she's honestly, like, I'm going to say it here. It looked like at the fight she should have won, and I was rooting for her, and she did win. But, like, watching the fight back, she shouldn't have. Like, that, when they took that point from her, and then, like, all those headbutts, like, yeah, I don't know about it. Because Amanda, I think.
You got to play it right.
Yeah. I want to say her name was Amanda. I could rip her
I think
name.
you're right.
I think, yeah. Amanda, she's never, like, I think she's only lost, like, three fights, and like she's never been like super bloody except for the 2 times she fought Katie, and both times were because of headbutts. Like, tell me that's not.
It's kind of weird.
But
that's what young people would say would be sus.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true.
Sus.
But
well, we have actually crossed a pretty good time.
Awesome.
And I think the flow has been great. Dude, it's been a pleasure
having
you
dude.
on.
It was so good.
We do this every episode.
Yeah.
Let's give us some final remarks. Anything you want these lovely viewers to know about Kori Dunlap before we wrap things up? The floor is yours.
Dude. Well, first off, thank you, Ethan, for having me. I do a lot of like video and freelance. If you're in the NEA area or you just want to see me travel to different places, I love like editing. I love video. I love photography. I love that. And I can give him the link if there's any way y'all want to reach out for like any of that connections or any like advice. I'd love to help. Also, Ethan's going to be giving away something this episode. So comment burger down below.
That's news to me.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I guess I can give away something. If you comment burger, I will find some way to compensate you for it. I mean, it may be a high five.
I'm joking.
I was like, you were saying, I was like, Kori, that's news to me.
Oh man.
But for real, I will have a link in the description below where you can go and check out all of his stuff. And also on the screen right now, you're going to be seeing some demo pictures of just things he's done. So make sure to go check out Katie and all of his awesome stuff because you've been doing a lot of it to fundraise for your wedding.
Dude, yeah, it's been the best thing. If you like have a niche and you also have a wedding, put those two together and make some money. Cause dude, that's what's paid for our wedding. It's been so good.
I bet that has also been like on your family and her family, such a stress.
Yes, it is so true.
I mean, like just like listen, we can do stuff, but like we're gonna welcome your help. This is we're gonna welcome your help, but we're gonna do this, and it's gonna make everyone's life better.
Yeah,
everybody's just like,
yeah,
because so many people have stress at weddings and they're freaking out, and it's not as much because the wedding's bad or people are trying to like cause it. It's just sometimes, and this is real, when people, both families have put so much money into it. Like you have your own level of stress as a parent or an aunt, uncle, whoever's been involved, grandparent. You have so much level of stress
Mhm.
of making sure it goes perfect because like I've made this kind of investment
Yeah.
to where then people start butting heads.
Yeah.
And like we loved our wedding because we had a long engagement, which sucked in a lot of ways, but it
Yeah.
was also like we took appropriate times of planning everything out to where when we
Yeah.
got to our day, it was just kind of like everything took so long to plan. There was no way it could go
Yeah.
wrong. Like in terms of just unless some crazy thing happened. We got lucky on that regard, no
Yeah.
crazy thing, but it's just like there was no stress. All the
Yeah.
stress of planning had ended.
Yeah.
And there was no plan like stress of this. We'd planned well. And so having the burden lifted of the
Yeah.
huge financial side, and I know y'all been planning.
Dude, I
And so
know.
like having all of that removed will just make the whole day just be like instead of you being stressed, making sure it goes perfect or
Yes.
worrying about bro, just let other people take care of that.
Yeah.
You and Brand just be like, oh, we made it to the wedding.
Dude.
This is the best day ever.
Yeah, we're so ready. We're so ready. It's exciting.
I'm happy for you, dude. Well, make sure to check out Kori's stuff below. Again, I'll even throw one more time up on the screen some demo pictures he's going to send me.
Let's do
So
it.
you guys got to check it out. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like. You've got to let me know you enjoyed it. Comment down below future topics you want me to discuss with my future guest. Thank you guys for so much of the support. Subscribe. We're at the point of recording. We're at 280. We're approaching 300 subscribers, which is huge.
Come on.
Our goal at
Let's
the end of
go.
2025 is 1,000. And if you know anything about YouTube growth, 1,000's the golden number.
Yeah.
Once you get 1,000, it's the big deal. So we're grinding for it. Hopefully we'll get it soon. Let's get 300 first. 20 subscribers away at the time of this recording. Thank you all for the support. I will see you all in the next episode of the XP Zone. Peace out.
Peace out.